Good morning. How are you guys? Good? There's Sue, there's Ann, there's Mark. Happy New Year, everybody. Not sure if Val is joining us. She might have to go to work. That horrible work when it gets in the way of exercise is terrible. Okay. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Ann. Good morning, Mark. Let's get started. So all the way to the back of the mat, take a nice big deep breath. We're just going to keep our arms nice and wide and then try to move the palms backwards. Might feel a little challenging, but do your best. And if it feels better on your neck to look up, then just look up, right? I mean, why not? It should feel good. Now you're going to take those elbows, pull them all the way back, as far back as you can get them, and then squeeze them in towards each other. And while you hold that squeeze, we're just going to hinge halfway down. Keep the arms exactly where they were. Now make sure you're hollowing out the belly while you're folded. And then slowly shift your weight backwards as you rise back up. So just keep all your weight in the heels. Now reach those arms nice and wide again. Spread the fingers. Take your gaze, look up. Try to breathe. Try to move those hands a little further back if you can. And now pull those elbows all the way back. Proud out the chest. Belly pulls in, come on down halfway. Keep your elbows as high as you can. Keep squeezing them towards each other. So you got a lot of upper back activation going on. Now release the hands so they're just dangling. Retract the shoulders and sweep the palms out to the side. Your palms are facing the floor. And then release. Hands connect. Sweep them back again. Try to get them as high as you can. And then release them. We're going to just do it one more time. Sweep up. Now come back up to standing. Flip the palms and try to move them back. Whew. My arms are so sore from Tuesday's workout. It's crazy. Sweep them back up. Maybe bring them a little closer together, but if it's not feeling good, then don't do it. Now we're going to do a nice slow swan dive all the way down. You're going to come into a full pull. You're going to let the head go, and you're just going to look through your knees back to the room. And if you need to bend your knees, go ahead and bend them. So I want you to drift your weight into the toes and then drift it backwards. And then drift it forward and back. And just kind of oscillate between the two. And then find a happy place somewhere in the middle. You feel stable. Now you're going to bring the fingertips out in front. You're going to come into a little squat. So now I'm just going to have you bend your knees. Fingertips are going to stay down on the floor. And now come back to that nice straight leg if you can. Relax that there. Sort of unweight the upper body. In fact, let's cross at the elbows and work those forearms towards the floor every time you exhale out of breath. Okay, let's take the hands above the knees. You're going to come back up to standing. So you're giving yourself a little help. You're going to step your left foot forward, as far forward as you can with your back heel down on the floor. We're going to come into pyramid stretch. So keeping the spine long to begin, we're just going to start to fold over that front leg. Slide your hands down the leg. And when you're ready to go into spinal flexion, fold over the leg and let them bend. So ideally, both of your legs are straight here. You know, today's class is not about forcing anything. It's about lengthening the joint. Yeah, let's inhale and extend to a flat back. Put those palms back on the shins and then walk yourself back up. Then you're going to bend this front leg, push off, step back. Same thing, opposite side. Big step forward, but your back heel is down on the ground. Walk it down nice and slowly. Both your toes should be facing forward. When you're ready, fold over that front leg and adjust it. And let your head go. You don't want to be folding it up. You just want to chill out so your neck is nice and relaxed. Inhale to a flat back. Bring those hands back onto the shin and then walk yourself back up. And this front leg, we're going to push backwards so you're standing up. Big deep breath. Pout out the chest. Pull the hands back. And now do a nice slow swan dive all the way down. Here you're going to inhale to a flat back. And then exhale, hold back down. You're going to walk your hands out to plank. And when you get there, drop the chest into the shoulders. The arms are straight, but just keep micro bends in the elbows. Now we're going to stretch out our calves. So pull back to down dog and start pedaling your feet. So press one heel into the floor. You're nice and high on the toes on the tops. That heel that's pushing down. And get that leg straight. Now switch sides. And let's switch again. So we're holding this at least 3 to 5, 6 second count. And a good stretch into these calves. Switch again. And last time. Now, if you can, push both of your heels towards the floor. Now we're going to elevate nice and high onto the toes. And push the heels back down. And get up on the toes. And lower back down. And let's just do this one more time. Nice. Now, once you're high on the toes, baby step your feet all the way forward. Inhale, extend to a flat back. And do a nice slow reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip the palms, sweep the arms. They don't have to get close. And bring your hands over heart. We're going to just take our left heel and rest it inside the leg. Keep it nice and low to start. Now, if you need a little help with balance, you know that if you take your arms out, you're making it a little bit easier. And if you're bringing the arms and your palms towards the midline of the body, it makes it a little more challenging. Now let's do the same on the opposite side. Just tuck that heel in. Try to lift up out of this left hip. So we're always trying to grow upwards, right? Get nice and long. And then switch again. And this time, I'm going to see if you can try to close your eyes. Just relaxing, using your breath. See how you do with your eyes closed. And then open them, and let's do the same on the other side. Try to calm the body using breath. Ooh. Not always as easy as you think. Okay, both feet down. Take a nice big deep breath. And we're going to bring the right arm down. And we're going to move the left hip out. And this left arm is going up and over. So you're getting a nice side body stretch here. And let's do the same on the other side. So right arm reaches up. Try to get it, reaching for the sky. Let the hip come out and then take it over. Nice, easy breathing in and out through the nose. And you want to make sure you're positioning your head where your neck is. Nice. Come on back up. Take your gaze, look up. Now pull those elbows back beside you and squeeze them towards each other. Give me that nice half fold again. Release the hands to the floor, step back, maybe in your plank. Now from here, we're going to do a little hover. If you want to put your knees down, you can. We're going to come all the way down to the floor, and then we're going to rest with our belly on the floor. So lower nice and slow. Now I want you to fire up your glutes and keep your hands by your chest. Lift your chest off the floor with your glutes really tight. So you're actually challenging the erector spinae muscles. You want to take your gaze down so your neck is long. Really important. Now hollow out the belly, even though you're lying on it. And if you can, lift your hands off the floor and try to get the elbows up to the sky. Just breathe while you hold this challenge. And put the hands back down. Now this time we're going to come into baby cobra. So you're coming up onto the forearms. Palms can face the floor. Little stretch for your six-pack muscles. So we're just going to hang out here for a few breaths. Keep your glutes tight. Keep working that six-pack. Feel a nice little tug down there. Okay, so from here, we're going to tuck the toes under, lift your hips up so you're in your low plank. And then put the hips back down. And let's do that again. Lift up. You're following out the belly while you move. And lower. Lower all the way down back to that baby cobra. And then lift back up. Just waking up your core. Lower down and lift up. Hold your low plank, get your legs nice and long. Now put the knees down. Walk your hips and forearms backwards, and you're going to come up onto all fours. Once we're here with your toes tucked under, we're going to round the back, look at your knees, and just hold the pose. Your tummy is pulling up and in. And as you do that, I'm going to have you move your hips backwards a little bit, maybe three inches. And you'll feel a little different stretch there. So your shoulders are behind the wrist. You pull back. And now bring it forward and keep the back rounded and keep looking at your knees. And pull those hips back a tiny bit so the shoulders go too. And pull it forward. And pull it back. And pull it forward. Now drop into the shoulders. So drop the chest and take your gaze, look up. You've got a big arch in the back. You're still hollowing out that belly. Now you're going to round again and look at your knees. Pull the hips backwards. Pull forward, drop into the shoulders, big arch in the back, look forward. One more time, round the back, look at your knees. Pull the hips backwards. Come forward, drop into the shoulders, look up. Nice job. Okay, from here, we're going to stretch out our QLs. So I'm going to have you walk your hands forward, but get them wide, maybe the width of the mat. Pull the hips over the heels. You're going to feel like your armpits are working towards the floor. We're going to hang here for about 3 breaths. Keep your neck long and your forehead off of the floor. Okay, so from here, we're going to walk our hands off the mat to the right. Keep them wide, just like you had them when they were on the mat. Your hips stay still. Just breathe, just enjoy. Bring the hands back and let's take them to the opposite side. Walk the mat nice and wide. Bring them back forward, keep them wide. Now you're going to take that right palm, open it towards the ceiling and lift that hand off the floor and try to reach the arm nice and long, opening up the shoulders. Close it and relax. Do the same on the other side. Open, lift, and reach. And again, switch sides. And last switch. Put both hands down, slide the palms in so they're underneath your shoulders. We're going to come into a bear, so you're going to elevate off the knees. Now we're going to walk back to a small dog. Drive your heels to the floor. Elevate high into your toes. Push the heels back. Do it again. Up. And down. And lift. And hold here, breathe 3 times. Big breath. Walk forward, neatly back in your high plank. Now from here, I'm going to have you step your left foot up between your hands. So just frame that foot with both your hands. Nice. Now you're going to lower that right knee to the floor and let your hips come nice and low. So you're kind of getting a little bit of a groin stretch here. You can take the left hand to the inside of that foot. And you can let your left knee open out to the side a little bit, only if it wants to. Let's just enjoy this stretch. Just a few more breaths. Okay, take the left hand back outside that foot. You're going to move your hips backwards, walk your hands too, and then let the toes point up towards the sky. So we're opening up all the tendons behind the knee. And walk it back forward. Let the hips come down as much as you can or as much as they want to. Now you're going to come off your back knee and sweep your arms all the way up nice and slowly. Palm space up. Move the hands back. Nice. Hold here, breathe. So our shoulders are over our hips, so you're probably feeling a nice little release through that hip flexor. Let's just hold on to that a little bit more. Okay, palms face down. You're going to come back down as you bend into your front knee, nice and slow. So your hands are back on the floor. And then we're going to just step that foot back so you're back in your plank. Now let's bring that right foot forward, inside both your hands, and put that left knee on the floor this time, and let the hips come forward. Take the right hand to the instep of that front foot. You can open this right knee out to the side a little bit. Feels so good. This is what you call waking up and being really good to yourself. Just in case you didn't realize, I think I'm going to tell you. All these muscles get so short from sitting too much. Okay, let's take the right hand outside that foot. We're going to move the hips backwards. And then point the right toes up towards the heel. So now you're getting a nice stretch through that whole back of the leg. Push the toes towards you so you really get an opportunity to open up those tendons behind the knee. Again, if you need to put a towel under that opposite knee, go for it. Yeah, we're going to come back forward, bend into that right leg. Your hands are framing the foot. You're lowering the hips. And now we're going to come off that back knee. You're going to sweep your arms out to the side, flip the palms so they face up, and then sweep them up. Just relax here and breathe. And you know, if you ever feel anything funky in your lower back, just lean forward a little bit. It might not be loose enough, since we're always usually just a tad stiff in the morning. Okay, palms are going to come back down. Slowly lower back down as you bend into that right leg. Hands to the floor, step back, maybe in your plank. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet, taking baby steps. Meet me in your full forward fold. Lift your weight into the heels, let your head go. Hold the arms. 3 more really big breaths. Bring the hands above the knees. You're going to help yourself get back up to standing. Cut out the chest. You're going to turn and face the right side of your room and step this leg forward. So you got big spaces between the feet. Spread them nice and wide. Your hands are on your waist. Crowd out the chest. Start to hip hinge and let the body come down really slowly. Pay attention to what muscles start tugging. Then you know they're tight. Once you're down, just let the head go. And if you can, take those feet a little further apart, but I want you to feel stable and comfortable. Now, one hand to the floor and then the other one. Palms are down. Forward. Boom. Keep those legs straight if you can. Then we're going to walk both hands to the right foot. Look at your right knee with your face. Bring the hands back center and then take them over to the opposite foot. You're looking at your left knee. And bring them back center. So your hands are down on the floor. We're going to inhale and extend so you're lifting up. Drift your way backwards. Take your left palm, reach it out to the side, parallel to the floor. Look at that left palm and now lift the shoulder up. Nice. And then take that hand down. Let's do the same on the other side. Parallel to the floor, and then you begin to lift from the shoulder. You're probably feeling a little stretch in that inner thigh on the opposite side. So let's do it again. You're just holding your head wherever it feels good. Keep your weight back so you almost feel like you could fall backwards. And then opposite side. And bring that thing down. Hold to the top of the head, just dangles above the floor. Just relax here and breathe. Inhale and extend to a flat back. One hand at a time back onto your waist. Keep the belly hollowing out, proud of the chest. Come back up to standing. Next, walk your feet together. And turn and face forward. All the way to the back of the mat. Big deep breath. Really broad arms here. Reach, reach, reach. Move them back. Spread your fingers wide. Now do a nice slow swan dive all the way down. Walk your hands forward, maybe back in your plank. And from your plank, we're going to pull through to a down dog. Push both heels towards the floor. Lift your left foot off the floor. See if you can get it parallel to the floor so it's not as high as it can go. Just hold it up. Now try to keep both arms equally weighted while you pull the left leg up. Put that left foot back down and do the same with the right foot. Put that leg back down, pull forward to plank. Step your knees into bear. Just keep them hovering right above the floor. Now put the knees down. You're coming onto the tops of your feet. We're going to sit back and meet child's pose. But let's open the knees nice and wide. Sit back onto those heels. If you have a towel, grab it. You're going to put your forehead down this time. So this is more of a relaxed pose, trying to stretch out that lower back. Nice, easy breathing in and out through the nose. Okay, let's come back up. I know we could have stayed there longer. Have a seat and extend the legs all the way out in front of you. Now open them to the corners of your mat. Sit up nice and tall. And let's bring the arms forward. Now you're going to C-curve the spine. So you're rounding back as you slowly go all the way down. We're going to start, first of all, doing a figure 4 stretch. So once you're down, bend your legs and cross your right foot over your left thigh. Now, before we go anywhere, I want you to, without using your hand, I want you to use your muscle in the leg to move that right knee forward. See where you're feeling that, maybe right around that hip flexor. And then put the right foot down on the floor, cross the left foot over the right, and move your left knee forward. And let's go back to the other side. Keep the foot flexed, get it on your thighs, move the knee forward, and without using your hands, just come off, bring that left knee in towards you. Put the foot back down, same thing, opposite side. Kind of easing into this. Push the knee forward. Bring that right knee in towards you. We're not holding on to that leg yet. Put that right foot back down from the left. Switch sides. Bring that left knee in towards you. And now either grab onto the hamstring or your shin, whatever you can reach. And let's see if we can get a little more depth out of this stretch. So you're working the right knee forward and the left knee into. Now put that left foot down and then the right, and let's just switch it up. Make sure the foot stays flexed. Take hold of that right leg. See what you can do with this. Next, take that right foot down and the left. You're going to bring both knees into the chest, hug them in nice and close as you breathe. You can add a circle or a rock, whatever feels good. Okay, now from here, right into happy baby. So the arms come inside the legs, take hold of the outsides of your feet. You're still flexed, and you're pulling the knees towards the floor. But let's keep that lower back down on the mat, right? We're not forcing anything. We're just trying to get a nice squeeze. Okay, legs all the way up to the ceiling. Your arms are on the floor. Point your toes and then flex. And then point and flex. Now we're just going to circle the ankles. Change your direction. You hear a bit of cracking, like I just did. That's fine. Okay, keep your feet pointed. Open up the legs as wide as you can. Just kind of let gravity help you out here. So try not to fight it. And now pull them back together. And open them out. And bring it back together. And one more time. Open. And close. Now, in slow motion, when I say slow motion, I mean at least 5 counts. We're going to keep the toes pointed, keep our legs long, and slowly bring the right heel down towards 5 counts going down. Pay attention to how your core is coming to this party. Once you feel like you're almost at hip height or just above the floor, come on back up nice and slow. It is work for your hip flexor. Nothing wrong with that. Switch side. Don't forget to breathe. Once you're pretty low, come on back up. Now you're going to take your towel if you have one handy. If not, maybe you want to grab one. Wrap it around the bottom of your left foot and hold onto it with your left hand. Now you're going to keep your feet flexed and now push your right heel to the sky. Use your left arm to move the left leg towards you and slowly let that right leg go down on 5 points. Switching up the angle here, getting a nice hamstring stretch on the right side. Bring that leg back up. And with both legs up, you're going to take both hands to the towel and just switch your feet. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So you're holding on with the right hand, with the right leg towards you. Push the left heel up and away as you slowly lower that. Once you're pretty low to the floor, start to come back up nice and slow. Okay, you're going to bend the left leg, put that left foot on the floor. So you got a big bend in the leg. You're going to open your left arm out to the side. You're still holding onto the towel with the right hand. You're going to open that right leg to the right. Keep square through your hips. Might not go very far, and that's okay. And then see if you can move it back a little. Just fold here and breathe. Okay, let's bring that leg back up. Release the towel. Put that foot down and just switch sides. Towel goes around the bottom of the left foot, holding on with your left hand. Open your right arm out, nice and long beside you. Stay square through your hips. So I want you to press actively the belly down. Open that left leg out to the side, not very far, just till you feel a bit of a release and pivot far. Move it back a little bit, keep down, just hold it and breathe. And now you're slowly going to bring the leg back up. Release the towel. Bring both knees into the chest and give yourself a big hug. Maybe you want to wrap your forearms around your shins, touch opposite elbows. Okay, take your legs back up towards the ceiling. Your arms are just by your side. Pull your belly down. Keep the arms long, legs. Slowly start to lower both legs. You really want to work hard to keep your belly down. And when you get all the way down, let the legs relax. Take your heels, roll your feet in and out. So you're just releasing all the muscles in the legs. Get nice and flat on your shoulder blades. Lift the arms up, open them wide, and take them back behind. So the back of the hands are just hovering above them. Now, if you've done push-ups or worked your chest, you're loving this. Keep the arms as straight as you can and actively pull the belly down. Okay, bring your arms back up and now back down by your side. You're going to step your left foot in and then your right foot in. So your legs are bent. We're going to cross the left knee over the right knee. And now slide out with that left foot so you don't have a big bend in the legs. Just have a small one. We're going to roll onto the side of that left foot as your knees go towards the right side. Let's open up this left arm at a 45-degree angle from the body. Reach it long. Use that right leg to keep working the left knee towards the floor. So it's an active stretch. So let's bring that left arm in. Come back up onto both feet with your legs bent. And now we're going to cross the left knee over the right. Get rid of that bend so it's not so big. Come onto that right side of the foot. And then use that right arm to hold it. Oh, goodness. Just breathe. Let's bring that right arm in. Come back up onto both feet. Extend the legs all the way down on the floor. And let's bring the arms all the way back behind us. Nice full body stretch. Okay, so bring the arms forward. We're going to roll ourselves up Pilates style. So head lifts, chin tucks, roll yourself up. You're going to dive through your legs. You're going to let the forearms relax on the floor and let your head go. So here you're stretching out your lower back and the backs of the legs. Your head's just hanging wherever it wants to. Keep bringing the stomach in. Now we're going to extend to a flat back and walk your hands back up. Let's take this right foot, tuck it inside. And you want to try to have this right knee going towards the floor, but actively try to have it do that. without using your hands. And then walk it forward. And again, you don't have to have that foot so close to you. It can be wherever feels okay. Pull over that leg. So you're getting into the just above the waistband of your pants on the right side. If it's your right leg that's bent, that's where you probably are feeling a nice little stretch. Just kind of breathe through it. Now walk it back, up, extend that leg out. We're just going to switch. Hold over, relax the head. Perfectly normal if you're tighter on one side. Really try to use your breath so you're giving it, you're not fighting. Okay, walk it back up. Now this time, we're going to flex our feet and we're going to take the legs out really wide. Sit up nice and tall so your lower back has a lot of length to it. Now, flex your toes, legs are straight, walk it forward. When you can't go anymore, you're going to round with forearms. Okay, slowly walk it back up. Bring one leg in and then the other. You're going to come up onto your toes. Nice and high on the toes. Hang out here just for a sec. We're going to do a pigeon stretch. Since we did that figure 4 to start, we should be a little more comfortable when we're in pigeon. So let's take the hands to the floor, step back to your plank. And now we're going to start by pulling that right foot up behind the left hand, slowly lower down, sliding the left leg back. Just relax here and breathe. So you're working to get your left hip flexor towards the floor, and you're staying off of your right glute. Okay, let's come back up onto your palms. Tuck your toes under on your back foot. Step back to plank. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So left foot behind the right hand, lower down. Give me at least 6 big breaths. Okay, back up onto the hands. Meet me in your plank. Pull through to your down dog. Walk your hands towards your feet. Meet me in your forward fold. Get some good blood flow to your face here. Take a few breaths. Bring your hands above the knees. Unhinge at the hip. Come back up to standing. Take a nice big deep breath. And I thank you very much for your powers. I hope you feel fabulous. Thank you for joining. Happy New Year.
Hello.
Hello.
That was super.
You feel good? Feels great.
Yeah, I want that class. I can see, Mark wants it too. I